Hey everyone, welcome to your university, the place where we talk all about the Dragon Ball universe. Today, we are going to go through Goku mastering Oozaru form and revealing his new power. And if you would like to see more Dragon Ball content, please leave your like and subscribe to join our university. Goku is a Saiyajin who was raised on Earth, but in his blood there is a lot of power and part of his origins still run through his veins. They are a reflection of his skills and effort, for not only were the Saiyans a warrior race, but they were also brave and great fighters. A head injury at a young age altered Goku's memory, ridding him of his initial destructive nature and allowing him to grow into one of Earth's greatest defenders. He constantly strives and trains to be the greatest warrior possible, which has kept Earth and the universe safe from destruction multiple times. In his blood is the ability to give him a continuous evolution of power, and among these transformations is also the one that causes him the Oozaru transformation of a gray tape. Although it was put aside during a certain period of Dragon Ball's work, he can still use it, and also, if he used a little creativity, maybe he could transform it into a new power. Let's talk a little bit about this transformation, the power within it, and how Goku could use it in the not-too-distant future. The Gray Tape is a giant, anthropomorphic, ape-like creature into which the Saiyajins of Universe 7 can transform into the full moon or a similar object to tremendously increase their already formidable strength. Dragon Ball GT Perfect-File speculates that the Saiyajins were originally Gray Tapes who gained intelligence and eventually took on a humanoid form. For the transformation to occur, the Saiyajin needs to have a tail, as the biochemical glands responsible for initiating the transformation are located exclusively there. The Saiyajin also needs to absorb at least 17 million Zeno units of Blitz waves through the retina of its eyes to initiate the transformation. Blitz waves are found only in sunlight reflected by a moon. If there is no moon, a planetary body will reflect the same number of rays and initiate the transformation. The easiest way to achieve this is to look at a full moon, making Saiyajins similar to werewolves in that respect. If any cloud covered the moon or a planetary body, it would block certain amounts of radiation and prevent the transformation. Vegeta once transformed by throwing Power Ball, which is a fake moon reflecting the required amount of Blitz rays in the air and then looking at it. A device on board the Saiyajin's attack pods also projects a hologram of a moon that was realistic enough to allow Blitz waves to be reflected in the event of landing on a moonless planet, as evidenced by an incident where Gohan was Big Monkey while training to fight the Saiyajins before their invasion due to the reactivation of Goku's attack pod. The power level of a Gray Tape is equal to the power level of the Saiyajin before the transformation multiplied by 10, although in Dragon Ball Z, Kyoshu Saiyajin he multiplies it by 4. It is unclear whether the speed increases proportionally, but according to Goku, at least the Saiyajin remains as fast as before the transformation. A Saiyajin's tail will not grow back if they have outgrown the power of their Gray Tape form in its basic form. The color of the Gray Tape's fur is usually brown, and the eyes are also red. A Saiyajin loses the ability to reason in this form, and will usually exhibit frantic and destructive characteristics, even in the cases of protagonists. To quote Yamcha, when Goku transforms like this, he loses all sense of self. He's just a big hairy ape with a penchant for candy to tear people's limbs off. However, they still seem to regain some sense of friend and foe deep in their subconscious, as was demonstrated when Goku managed to get the Gray Tape Gohan to attack Vegeta and Gohan recognizing the Dragon Icarus. Kuririn theorized that half-Terran Saiyajins who transformed retain their human mind, allowing their loved ones to reach out to them. Team Bardock was able to focus on attacking their Kanasan enemies while avoiding attacking each other, despite exhibiting the same berserker mentality as Goku and Gohan in form. Despite their lack of self-awareness, as Saiyajins mature, they can be taught to control their instincts and maintain normal cognitive functions as Gray Tapes. This was shown by Vegeta, who, unlike Goku and Gohan, received this training and was even able to speak and communicate as he did in his humanoid form. However, in the video games, it is implied that only super elite Saiyajins like Vegeta and his father, or elite Saiyajins like Nappa, are able to keep their reason in this form, while lower-class Saiyajins like Turtles and Raditz are not. Saiyajins who retain their reason in this form are able to utilize their power to the fullest and, as shown by Vegeta, can even transform into their golden gray tape form from their gray tape form, which allows them to easily transform into Super Saiyan 4 as their ability to retain their reason is transferred to the golden gray tape form. Saiyajins can still manipulate their energy in this state for feats such as flying and shooting lightning, most commonly from their mouth in a manner similar to and possibly an intentional homage to Godzilla's atomic breath. Because the transformation causes the Saiyajin to grow several times their original size, Saiyajins wear special armor that can stretch to fit the gray tape form and shrink to fit their normal form. Goku and Gohan don't have this, since they live on Earth, so the transformation rips off their clothes, meaning they return to their normal forms naked. The process of transformation back to normal seems to be very exhausting, as even Vegeta, a fully trained and super elite Saiyajin, was very out of breath and exhausted from the experience, while Goku and Gohan always remained unconscious. In Dragon Ball, the Gray Tapes were just big, powerful brutes with no special skills. They just raged about destroying anything in their path. They do, however, share the same weakness as a normal Saiyajin, in that they can become powerless if their tail is squeezed hard enough. In Dragon Ball Z, however, the Gray Tapes became much more destructive with the ability to shoot extremely powerful bursts of ki from their mouths. In addition, Vegeta showed that certain elite status Saiyajins can control their Gray Tape forms, and can even speak while transformed. Vegeta's speed was not affected by the transformation, and he could still fly, despite his enormous size. It is also said that a Saiyajin's power is multiplied tenfold when transformed into the Gray Tape. In Dragon Ball GT, Gray Tapes gain the ability to spit fire, which is shown when baby Vegeta uses the ability, as well as the same ki-based attacks that he could use while untransformed. Like all Saiyajins, Goku can transform into a Gray Tape by absorbing enough waves of Blitz, usually looking at the full moon, while still having his tail, though it is not of his choosing. As a Gray Tape, Goku's dormant Saiyajin traits resurface, and he becomes fierce and violent. His power and senses increase tenfold and are capable of generating powerful mouth blasts. Originally, because his tail was permanently removed from Kami when restoring the moon, Goku completely lost access to this form. However, in Dragon Ball GT, thanks to the help of Old Kai, Goku regained his tail. In addition, he became able to use any planetary surface to focus Blitz waves to transform them. Although we don't usually see them anymore, Goku is still perfectly capable of transforming. Even if we don't see him do it or don't see his butt anymore, if he so desired, he certainly could. At the very least, if his desire to become even stronger than he already is made him seek his origins and roots of strength, we could see him using his Oozaru form again, a form with the Gray Tape under control, especially now that he can use the higher instinct, so his self-control has risen to admirable levels in which he can not only bring his roots back to the anime screens as we would like, but blend this great power with current transformations, making him even more powerful and certainly looking beyond amazing. But what about you? Would you like to see Goku using the Gray Tape transformation again in the works? Leave your opinion about this form in the comments. That's it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions for videos, don't forget to comment here below, because I'll be reading all of them as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your university.